Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys basic stuff, and then I'm going to move to the advanced stuff, okay? So, let's say you guys are I know we don't play Viper that much, but, a good Viper wall for here is probably like something like this. So, basically, you can wall here, and you can just walk up for free, take U-Haul control, you know what it is, take U-Haul control. It's a very good wall, because the wall's off CT too. Maybe you could have like an orb or something like I don't know. Let's try a lineup, man. So let's do a little lineup, okay? You're here, standing here, okay? You're gonna aim at this corner, and you're gonna jump throw, okay? Boom! Look at that! Look at that lineup! You just do that. You aim here, and you do this. At the tip of this, you jump throw. Okay. And then, you just take U-Haul, okay?
Toxin screen down.
So basic thing is, you usually want to have like one guy here to watch this, because right when the round starts, some people will stand here, and they'll just walk up here, okay? And they'll try to get a little tricky angle on you guys like this, okay? So one guy should be so one guy should usually start the round watching here. Basic rule of thumb, there's like 3 steps to a round, okay? There's the information, that's the first part, where everybody's trying to get info, like CT side, like the defending side. CT is defending, T is attacking. The defending side will try to get info, right? That's their first step. Just to see if there's anybody A, or they'll just stay here and listen. So the first step in a round is usually the info round. The info part of the round. Second part is like, you're taking space, where people take space and defenders go back, they get the info, they go back. So after that, third stage is late game, where you guys are taking site or defending site. But that's just basic rule of thumb. Sometimes it doesn't go that way. But I'm gonna show you guys like some basic mechanics. Okay, so first thing you want to do is learn the maps and learn the angles. Okay, so like let's say I'm taking this, right? Like if I were to peek here, like this. If I were to just like wide peek like this, I'm exposed to heaven, I'm exposed to here, I'm exposed to here, and I'm exposed to here. So like, you'd rather just clear an angle at one at a time, like that. But if you're doing this, it's going to be smoked off, so you guys can just focus on U-Haul. But be aware of your angles. Hey, Yeekin. Be aware of your angles. Like, I see a lot of you guys, like, let's say you guys are peeking an angle, right? It's post plan or something, or later in the round, and you guys come here and you guys will watch CT like this, but you guys are exposed to this. So like, instead of peeking out like this to watch CT, like you could just peek out like this. Like look at this. I'm not even exposed. At this point, I'm probably exposed, but if I stay back here, I'm not exposed. So instead of peeking out like this, just hug the wall like this, maybe, like this. So that's a big part. If I go over to B site here. Let's see.
Toxins going up.
Okay, so I'm at B site. Same thing. It's like if I'm watching this angle, I'm exposed to here. I'm exposed to here. So I'd rather just single the angle out. Single every angle out as much as possible, so that you don't get shot from angles. Because you can win a duel if you're not expecting this guy. You can still win this duel, but you can't win this fight. You can't win this fight. So make sure you're, isolating your angles. So like this, I'll show you guys an example. Like first, like I might check this, and then hey, I'll call for a smoke here, and I'll check this maybe, like this, and then like, and then your teammates say, hey, watch this. Well, I peek this. No one's here. Okay, you guys are walking up, trying to not get exposed to angles here. Well, I'll check this. You might want to check this first. And then now you can, it's just a basic rule of thumb. to check your angles, be aware, and for you newer players, let your movement aim for you. So like instead of walking out like this and like trying to like shoot a guy that's jiggling you like this, like you could go like this and look. You see how my crosshair is moving with my movement? So like that, like try to, you know, you can aim with your movement if that makes sense. That's a lot of what I do. Like if your aim is not like crazy, like if you can't hit these like crazy shots, like you could just go like this or something, you know. Move and aim with your movement. Let me hop in the range actually. For all you freaking noobs, like Chia, Izzy, Josh, like this is one practice that you guys can do to get your level like really high compared to what it is now. Like if you just learn this mechanic, like it will improve your game a lot. So like you guys will like stop shooting. That's what Izzy does. Like she stops shooting and does, like which isn't terrible, but it's not gonna improve your game at all. Like you're gonna get destroyed by higher ranks or like people that actually kind of know how to play the game. So one thing I want you guys to learn is strafing. So strafing means just A and D. A and D is strafing. So when you're playing the game, fuck, I should have went to another map. But when you're playing the game, like let's say there's someone here, like instead of like shift walking up like this, you know, like pressing W, it's very bad because if they walk out, like you're fucked. Like there's no way you're gonna be able to like shoot in time. But if you're like slowly walking up with A and D, you know, like you could press W every now and then, but walk up with A and D, because like this, as soon as they peek, you're ready to shoot. Because what counter strafing is holding D, pressing A, and while you're pressing A, you're letting go of D at the same time. If I do this way, holding A, letting go of D, I'm letting go of A and pressing D. So it's gonna look like it's gonna look like this. But I usually like tap it twice. But like something like this. So what it does is, so if you're not counter strafing, you're just shooting like this. Like you see how bad it goes everywhere, right? But if I'm counter strafing and shooting, and you gotta shoot, you cannot move while shooting. Like there's some strats where you can like you're close to a guy and you fuck up his crosshair, and you can just like spray like this. But like it's only for certain situations, but mainly you want to be counter strafing the whole time. This whole game is about counter strafing, okay? So again, bullets are flying everywhere, spraying or not. But if I'm counter strafing, you see how much more accurate it is. You want to shoot while you're letting go. So while you're letting go and pressing your other key, let's say I'm pressing D, holding down D and pressing A, it's gonna look like that, like this. So it's gonna look like that. Same thing with A. If you're holding A, letting go of B. But yeah, just get in the range and practice that, and practice shooting when you're not moving. The basic rule of thumb is don't move and learn counter strafing. It's really important to learn. Spraying, I wouldn't get used to spraying. Like there's some situations where you're gonna need it, but this game is not focused on spraying at all. Like you can get away with spraying sometimes, but as I spray, it's a bad habit. But most of the time, it's not gonna work. Like let's put strafe on. I'll show you guys. So if a guy's strafing, right? Let's say a guy's strafing. You see how like bad it is? Like, he's strafing. You know, like it's gonna take a long time, but if you just counter strafe and tap, it's gonna look way better. It's gonna be way better because you're also moving while he's moving, you know. So even if you're missing the shots while he's strafing, it's fine because you're moving as well. But if you stand down and crouch spray and you miss a whole bunch of shots like this, he's just gonna kill you. But if you're moving around like this, you know, you can miss a few shots, it's fine. But if you're standing down, crouching, and you're spraying, and they're moving and shooting you, you're dead. Only time you really want to spray is if you have that first bullet contact what that means is your first bullet is gonna hit the guy. So if I am about to spray like this and I miss, so if I'm about to spray like this and I miss, I will usually like kind of like wake myself up. So in the middle of my spray, I'll just, you know, this guy moves, I'll wake up, you know, I'll start attacking, you know. I think that's about as basic as I can get. Just practice your aim, practice your counter strafing. That's gonna up your game by like tenfold. But yeah, that's kind of it for aiming, I guess. Like I said, let your movement aim for you, if that makes sense. So like, I'm not gonna move my mouse at all. I'll move it very little, but I'm just letting my movement aim for me. Because I'm just pressing A and D. That's all I'm doing. I'm moving my mouse a tiny bit, but like if I wasn't letting my movement aim for me, it's just like you know, you just have to do this, you know. But you let your movement aim for you, it's gonna be way better. Yeah, so some things you should get out of this is, you know, practice your aim, the big part. Practice your movement, your counter strafing, and practice mainly using A and B. W and A are not your, W and S are not your friends in Valorant at all. They're gonna be your enemy for sure. I mean, like when you're pushing a site, you know, like you're walking up, it's fine. But as soon as like they could be an enemy nearby, you want to switch, you know. Like so, I'll walk up to a site, you know, and as soon as there could be an enemy, I'm A and D only, you know. So yeah, A and D, counter strafing. Get used to that. Let your movement aim for you. Try not to spray. And so I see a lot of you guys, like even KC still does this, where they'll do this. And they'll like you see how bad. Like yeah, I'm technically tapping, not really, but like it seems like I'm tapping, right? But you need to make sure that your gun resets. So your gun takes a little bit to reset, like, you see, it takes about like a second to reset. So you want to wait in between your shots. Like, it's fine if you move, like, trust me, I know you guys want to kill the guy, and you guys might think the guy's going to kill you fast. If he does, he does. But, like, a good rule is take your time, but don't be like, you know, don't fucking take your time, but like, you know, you don't have to rush every time, you know. Like, let's say a guy pops up on you to your right? There's a smoke right here, right? And then, like, some people will just go like this, like, they'll try to spray and get that kill, or they'll try to, like, switch and get that kill. What you want to do is you see a guy, just move. Because the guy that peeks out, let's say this guy here, right? And I don't see him right now, I'm out of the smoke, pop out of the smoke, and I'm aiming here, right? Let's say it's an angle that everybody plays. I'm going to be aiming this, pre-aiming it. I pop out of the smoke and I'm aiming it. But if he moves, you know, it's going to be 10 times harder to shoot him because I'm already aiming here. I'm going to have to flick here. So, like, if you see a guy, if you're holding this angle and you see a guy to your left or your right, instead of instantly flicking this, you know, and it's 50-50 at that point, it's probably like 20-80. You know, you'd rather just, you see a guy, boom, and then just kind of readjust yourself, and then, you know. So that's a very good tip that I learned not too long ago. Is when you see a guy that's out of your line of sight or like very far from your crosshair, instead of instantly flicking and trying to shoot the guy, you move a little bit and then you move a little bit and then you shoot. You see a guy, boom, you know, just so, because he already has his crosshair aimed on you. So if you miss like the first shot, if I'm like this, I'm already dead. But if I go like this, he probably missed the first shot and I can get him, you know. But yeah, that's a basic rule of thumb too. Be a little bit patient with your shot. Don't take too much time to shoot, like fucking KC. He'll see the guy and he'll like what the fuck, dude. So yeah, so that's a lot of aiming tips for you guys. That's all I'm gonna say for the aiming part. But the next part of the video is gonna be more in depth about like site taking and whatnot.
My ultimate is ready.
Okay. I'm gonna show you guys like some tips for defending side and attacking side. Okay, so I already said this in my past video, but let's say it's a free. Let's say there's one guy on site and you guys kill him. You guys don't need to smoke right away. I mean, like, you guys aren't really gonna know if there's one guy here. There could be a guy playing elbow or
Watching
CT.
here.
But let's say you guys know there's 4A, right? And you guys kill a guy on site. You don't have to smoke right away. Like, you guys kill the guy and you're smoking right away. You don't have to smoke right away because by the time they get there, there's probably like 10 seconds left until the smokes run out. So let's say, okay, I'm gonna redo this. I did this in my last video. You guys can go watch it if you guys want to, like, subscribe. But yeah, you guys kill the guy, or before you guys kill the guy, you smoke, right? You guys know they're 4A. Why are you smoking this, right? Boom, you guys are checking site. Boom. Oh, he's back site. Boom, dead. Planting the bomb. 1, 2, 3. Boom, planting the site. Okay. Okay, you guys are getting readjusted here. And the smokes run out, right? Already. Which, I mean, you can do since you're Omen, but you're only gonna have one re-smoke. So instead, you guys, okay, 4A, 4A, go B, go B. Okay, boom, boom, boom. You guys are on site. You got, boom, kill the guy. Okay, plant the bomb, plant the bomb. Boom, 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 boom. Planted. I'm gonna smoke CT.
Cover going out.
We don't need to smoke elbow. We have elbow control because there's only one on site. Your guy elbows die. Okay, I'm gonna smoke elbow.
Shadows traveling.
Boom. Okay, now you see, guys. You see how much time you guys have. Right? You guys have so much time. So that's a rule of thumb. I'm gonna go through the roles with you guys. So initiator, it's pretty simple. You initiate for your team. So like let's say there's a smoke here, right? This is where initiators shine. So this is where you're supposed to flash out, because if they know you're B, they're probably gonna be holding these smokes like this. Or this guy's gonna play here. Guy backside's probably gonna watch hookah. So if you're smoked off and you guys want to pop in, your initiator has to flash for you guys. You know, flash out, boom, and now you guys can go. Duelist, okay? We're gonna go over Duelist real quick. So usually, like, I'll play Jet or Raze on this map if I'm playing Duelist. So the point of a Duelist is if you're playing defensive side, right? And you're holding hookah, right? And a Raze or Jet dashes up here. Boom, dash. You see, you have to make this flick all the way here and try to kill the guy while his teammate's flooding out. So the point of a Duelist usually is to make space for your team. So
cover going out. Shadows traveling. Shadows
so, okay,
traveling.
I'm about to dash out. I'm pretending I'm the Jet right now. There's usually a smoke here. Like if I'm playing Jet, I'll smoke here, and then I'll wait a few seconds and then I'll peek out, just so it buys my team some time. Because if they look at you for all those 4 seconds, your team is going to pop out and kill them, right? But if your guy says, okay, fuck it, I'm going to hopefully he doesn't peek me. I'm going to kill his teammate. The instant his teammate says, peeking, 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 boom. Now I'm peeking out and killing that guy. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. And on attacking side, a 1-for-1 trade is way more favorable than a 1-for-1 trade on defending side. Especially if they're pushing side. Because usually it's a 3-2 or a 2-3, so 3 guys on A, 2 guys on B, or the other way around. So if there's 2 guys on B and you guys kill one, that means there's only 1 on site. And then there's going to be 3 rotators, which is so much more favorable than this guy getting a 1 kill, and then now his teammate only has 1 guy to hold the site, right? So if you guys are going to play Duelist, the only reason you guys should be playing Duelist is making space for your team and entry fragging, which entry fragging means you're entering the site first and trying to get frags, trying to get info for your team. So if I was playing Jet here, the point of Jet and Raze is to check close and dash out and make space for your team. So let's just pretend I'm Jet dashing out. Flash, boom. While I'm dashing, I'm going to move my mouse like this. You're not going to really see them, but on your map, it's going to show it. Okay? So I'm dashing out. I'm going to check this, and I'm going to check cubby while I'm dashing out. That's how you should do it. So boom, dash out, boom, like that. You're not going to see them, but the map will spot them, and then your teammates can call it out for you, or you could look at the map and call it out for your teammate. But yeah, like I said, like even if a guy's playing here or something, like elbow or something. Like boom, your dash out, he has to like kind of like peek like this, or he can just let you go. Which if he lets you go and he's shooting your teammate, you just pop out and kill him. But yeah, make space for your team as Duelist. Boom, dash out, he has to look here, your teammate is out, killing this guy. So that's kind of a rule of thumb for Duelist. Smokes. You want to be smoking, obviously. You gotta be aware of what your team is doing at the moment you're smoking. A lot of people will be like, I'll be out like this, and then there's no fucking smokes. Like, come on. Like, if you know that there's already 2 on site, like, you might as well just smoke this.
Cover going out.
Because
Shadows
it just
traveling.
cuts out, you know, it makes it like one-dimensional. Like, you guys can only get peeked from sight. Like, one guy might watch this smoke just so this guy elbow doesn't peek out and kill. Like, he might be like this or something, so he's not exposed to back sight. But he might be watching that. But yeah, for your smokers, you need to be making sure you're smoking
Cover
at the
going
right
out.
times.
Shadows
It's situational,
traveling.
like the other situation I just did like 5 minutes ago. And then there's a situation where like they kind of know you're gonna hit the site, so you might as well just smoke CT and elbow, just so they can't peek you from there, just in case they're rotated already. And if you're playing Omen, like you can blind here,
Sight.
you can blind here.
Stealing
And always
sight.
be aware of your util. Like I see a lot of people already in our group, like they're not aware of their util. Like they'll be alive as Omen on site, and they might be like last alive or something, and they'll still have 2 smokes, a blind, and their 2 TPs. Like you need to be using your utility no matter who you are, really. Like even if KC is KO, he's always dying with 2 flashes up. You know what I mean? So be aware of your util.
Shadows traveling. Cover
Yeah,
going
okay.
out.
So that's kind of attacking. A sentinel on attacking, you kind of want to, you're supposed to kind of stay alive, I guess. So like a Cypher would probably put a trip here, or a Killjoy would probably put an alarm bot like here or something, or maybe like right here, just so he gets the TP guy and this guy. So hookah's clear if you know your Killjoy's watching it like this. Let's say you guys take a site, your sentinel will probably just play here instead of coming in sight with you guys. And if you guys playing here, he could throw his mollies here.
Here.
Just from over here, it's fine. He doesn't have to walk in a sight, because if he walks in a sight, the KJ util and a lot of sentinel util has a range on it. So if you're all the way here, your util here is going to be shut off. So you kind of want to be playing at least hookah or long or something. So sentinel on attack, you want to be watching flank. That's your main job, and taking the fights like this. The moment you die, it becomes like your team is in a fucking fog, because now they can be flank, now they can be taking space somewhere else, or you know, even if you guys don't know how to lurk, sentinels are supposed to lurk usually on attack. That's what I like to do. That's what a lot of other people like to do. But yeah, that's the basic rule of thumb. On defense, obviously, you're trying to hold a sight, a sentinel. On defense, playing smokes, you know, you want to play in a spot where you can smoke the main choke points off, like here. You want to be able to smoke
Cover
main.
going out.
You want to be able to smoke showers,
Shadows
and you also
traveling.
want to be able to smoke B. Because if you're like playing here, like that's a no-no. Like you're playing here and you try to smoke A from here. Okay, I got this, but now showers is open, you know. Just because this is a smaller map, you can do that, but on a lot of maps, it's not possible. So smokes usually want to be playing mid or whatever. Initiator on defense, you usually want to be trying to get cheeky kills and flashing for your team, you know, getting information. Like a lot of people will just skydog off the rip just to make, you know, get info in the early rounds. Like I said earlier, that first stage is getting info. Second stage is like playing sight. So yeah, I'm gonna try not to keep this video too long. You know, I don't want to keep you guys waiting. You know. Oh god, I hate my life. But yeah, that's basically the tips I have. Remember, I told you guys already, learn the maps, learn the angles. If you learn the angles, like, your aim, it's only like 50% aim at that point. If you don't know the map, and you're walking out like this, and you're aiming like that, it's all your aim. But if you know the angles, you know, you barely have to aim, you know. Like, you barely have to aim. Like, I know all the angles. I don't have to, you know, like, really move my mouse that much because I already know the angles. Like you guys will walk out like this. You know, not to make fun of you, but like Izzy and Chill, like if you guys walk out like this, you know, you guys, like look at this. Like if you guys will have to flick left or right, instead, what you should do is peek out here, check this for a little bit. No one's here. Okay, now pre-aim. You don't want to pre-aim too hard. Like if you're playing here and you want to pre-aim, that's not good. Like you go here, and then now you can do it. But you don't want to pre-aim too hard. I see Chris does this a lot, where he'll see a guy here. Right, like right here, and then he'll like kind of like get ready and pre-aim it, but this guy's already like out here shooting him when he's like this. So if you guys see a guy here, he can push out, you know, so you kind of just want to be safe with it. You want to check this first. You know, use your Uto to push him out maybe. But yeah, check your angles, be aware of the angles they can be, and don't peek a lot of angles at once. You know, isolate your angles. Like let's say I'm holding this with an op, right? Sometimes I do this. I'm always making sure that I'm not like here, exposed to here. You see that? Like they can kill me from here. Maybe like I'll play like right here and have one guy here. Hey, can you watch my long? I'm gonna peek hookah. Just like that. Just like simple stuff like that. Yeah. So another. I mean, I'll show you guys a little tip here. So if you guys are trying to push, maybe you guys want to push a smoke, okay? Sometimes you can just push a smoke like this. Like, you know, it's crazy, but it might work. Because if you walk in a smoke like this, already right here they can see your gun peeking through. Sometimes people go like this.
Cover going out.
So they'll have their gun out like this, so it's not peeking through the smoke, and then turn like this and peek it. You guys. So it's like kind of like if you go like this, they'll see your gun before you walk through and shoot you. But if you go like this, you know, it's way harder to react. You know, even crazy peaks sometimes work. Like sometimes you can even just go like this, you know, just because you pop out so fast and no one's really expecting you to push that fast in the smoke. But yeah, yeah, I think that's all I have for you guys today. But yeah.